All right, you're welcome again. It's like we never left, right? It's always beautiful to get back together on this show. This is Big Hits, and of course, my name is Okyeame. I'm your host with the most, and we're talking about the big stories behind those beautiful big songs that you cherish, the songs that you love. That's what we delve into, and then we try to find out what you don't know. There's a story behind every song. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So we are taping live from Aliza Hotels. Don't you forget, we are at the Northridge wing right now, but don't you forget, there are 2 other Aliza Hotels in town. So 3 to choose from. Whichever one serves your need best, you just go ahead and go there and get the best service, best treatment, everything that you ever wanted in a hotel. My costume is provided by QA Men. That's Kofi Akotua. Specially made for men. If you're a woman, you could try the, QA women, and if you're trying to get married and stay married, yes, Kofi's dresses will allow you to stay married. That is QA Bridal. Check all of that out with Kofi Akoto. I'm going to give you a number on the screen, and you can call that, and I know that he's going to serve you and serve you best. Today, we're talking about one huge song that Ghanaians just love. When it came out, it did the magic, it did the trick, and it's become part and parcel of our daily lives. When you're calling songs that are really played at weddings, most of the time, this song cannot miss that list. And the creator of the song is the person that I'm talking to on the show today. He's like, I don't even know how to introduce him. He's a bandmate, he's been a bandmate, he's a brother, he's a family member, he's crazier than I am. Please, welcome to the show. His name is Okyeame Kwame.
Chale.
What's good? What's
Chale,
good?
look sharp.
I'm like a camera lens, man.
Yeah, man. I don't. That's why I don't want you to cut me.
I love Chale. So many memories right now. I don't even know where to start from.
Hey.
Yeah. Maybe we could talk about our song. I mean,
yes. Let's talk about.
Let's
talk about Masana. Because talking about big hits, that was a big one.
That was
actually a song that transcended the generations and
still relevant.
Yes.
Still relevant. I hear it on radio most of the time.
Yes.
But I'm not prepped for that. Because the story behind the song pretty makes me sad,
The story behind Masanaba. I remember
are you starting that? No.
Okrekumante and Zap and the beef and yes.
And the accident.
Yes.
But that's not what we are talking about.
No.
We save that for another day. But I promise you that interview, definitely we're going to sit here and talk about our own song. You can hate all you want. We don't care.
That's what I will be interviewing you.
That would be great. You sit here, I'll sit over there. And then,
yes.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Faithful. What drove you to write a song like that?
On that fateful day, I was in Nigeria, and then I was representing Ghana for the Ovation Red Carpets event. And I remember that day, performed with Dibanj and P Square and all of them who were relevant at that time. And so, when you ask an artist, when you go to Nigeria to perform, you are given like 6-star treatment. So they put me at a beautiful hotel in Lekki by the river, and they had a 4x4 with a designated driver that will come early in the morning, come and pick you and stay in the hotel for all the 1 week that you are there. So the last day before I left, this driver said, Oga, let's go to the university and find a girl now. You've been here for 4 days and they see
you're just playing loose.
Yes,
where's the star?
Exactly. So I said, okay, yeah, I got interested. So I sat in his car, and then we drove to this, I think, Lekki University or something. These beautiful girls, beautiful girls. So I'm in the car. It's about to go and call one for me. I don't know if it's an arrangement they do, or these are innocent girls who are going to be picked up by some fake rich man in an SUV. So he got down. When he got down, I remember that at that time I had not married my wife. So and she was studying.
And he was still a girlfriend.
Yes, and she was studying at KNUST. So I'm thinking,
Is it?
Is there a big guy in a rented 4x4 right now in Ghana?
Chasing your girl right now.
Chasing my girl right now. So I'm thinking, and then when the guy came back, I think we were to pick a girl and go to Two Faces Club. So I'd spoken to Two Face, expecting us or more girls, So I said, don't bring any girl. And then he said, why? I said, let's go. So on the way back to the hotel, he asked me, why? I was telling her, see, I have someone at home who is busy waiting for me, who will not do this thing that I'm about to do. And she don't want nobody. Then I kept quiet. Then I picked my pad and I wrote that down, because at that minute I felt that was my next big hit.
You realized?
Yes, I just felt it. Just dawned on me.
The situation had presented itself.
Yes, and it was such a unique opportunity, and it was so realistic and so eclectic that I felt that this is a nice song, because as we all know, when we are in a relationship, you know that there is just a concept of do unto others what you want others to do unto you, or don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you. So it came to mind, and I picked my pad and I wrote it. And then
this pad, was it I?
Which one?
Or P pad?
I take the pad. Oh no, it's just a paper. I still don't. I'm still old school. I still can't do the phone thing. I can't even see. So I just pick a pad. I always keep a pad somewhere, a pen and a pad, and then I wrote it down, and then the song was in my head. But at that time, I was thinking. I was listening to more Jamaican music, so I was listening to island music. So the melody was totally different from the one so it was like, she's busy da da somebody, pa 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 da 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 di, pa 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 da 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 di, da 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 da. Oh, he dey odomin kwa. Oh, so I remember I came back. I quickly went to Apietus, and I said, Apietus, I have this song. Let's do it. And then I sang the melody. He said, no, this melody will not work. This melody will not work. It's too island. So let us do something that is Ghanaian, So let us create something that can sound like Amachi Dede, yet young. And I remember those things that he said. So he changed the melody totally. Then he played these chords 1 4 1 5 1 4, and then I just sang I sang the whole song, including Betha's part. And then I remember that around that time, Betha's senior brother had brought her home.
Who's Betha?
Betha is Yaya, the girl that sang on the song.
Okay, so we know Yaya, you know Betha. So
yes, when we did a song, she was called Betha.
Oh, really?
Around that time.
Before later she rebranded.
2 years later she became Yaya.
Oh, okay.
Yes, right. So I called Yaya. I said, you have a beautiful voice, and I'm creating this relationship song. So come and sing on it. And I remember telling her that this is going to be the most important thing that you are going to do. And then she was laughing.
In your music career?
Yes. And then she came to appear to, she has this beautiful, the song was in my key. So for a girl that can sing that, her range is high. So she just sang it. And then she sang plus my own. But when I went to listen to the song, I didn't feel myself inside. So I took the first 8 bars of her singing and I replaced it with my bad voice. And I appear to just put some vocal down on it. We had a hit song. So that is the story.
So basically, this is not Okyeame Kwame empathizing. This is Okyeame Kwame being himself, telling the story, the love story from his angle.
Yes.
And still being able to get a hit song out of it.
Yes. And then I think that was why the song became a hit, because it came from such a special, genuine place of a combination of fear, emotions, a combination of regret. It's just, without having to say it, when you hear that song, it feels real because it came from a real place. Now, after we had sung the chorus, I was thinking, what type of rap should I put on this song? Because when I rap fast, people say we can't hear. When I rap slow, they say it's too slow. So I don't know. So I said, okay, let me theme this song to be about long distance relationships, because at the time when I was writing the song, I was away. So let me just theme it to make it so that people who live in London, whose boyfriends or girlfriends always
living in Ghana,
you can hear. Now when these boys try to hit on the girl and the girl is saying, oh, my boyfriend is in London, I wanted to create that song so that it will give people confidence that no distance cannot separate love.
Now, when you listen to the song, it pretty much gives you an assurance.
Exactly.
Hey, because of this song, I'm hopeful.
Yes, and then for a song to become relevant in the society, it needs two things basically. It's either that the song is culturally relevant, or it has a beautiful sonic experience. It has a beautiful sound. So for cultural relevance, at that time, Capuchiers was the most interesting Ghanaian who was doing these vlogs. Also doing these vlogs on social media.
Don Capuchier.
So I said, okay. And since he lives in London, let me just start the whole rap with Don Capuchiers, because then I can tap into his constituency. So the rap started as Capuchiers, Seven Cousin Dreamland. Do you remember he used to call Swa Dreamland? Bekum me fierce nama for Swakosha Croy din. 4 years na me do wedding boys rashim do na me bedding that titi ni wo fieti nya de obe me sada wacheche ne run up anwumre nya de obe paaba we see from nanim ne ho aduhwam wa hye ne kaaba o yam Beyonce then say nya odia ne ti hu ni say Gaga, and at that time Gaga was very, very big. Yes, but she was also fearful. She was strange. So even though she's my Beyonce,
you should see her as the Gaga.
Exactly. So I am Beyonce and say Gaga. Then I brought in a little bit of interesting rap to excite people when I'm on stage. Exactly. So that when I'm on stage, people can get something to identify with. And then beyond that, I also brought in how I truly felt about my girl. At that point, I was describing my
psychologist.
Yes, I was describing my girl. Najuma be a psychologist. Oshemi Sikasu ye economist. When you my friend a rheumatologist. Apart from Neja, so we are who and a gynecologist. Me didn't be the chant melodies. Ne mami say, hey, na me chan apologies. Send your many do nama fini made them this June nam na between this year summer holidays. So I go back to I move away from realism and go back to the fiction where I'm talking about the fact that I live away and sometimes you don't.
So even though you're telling a true story, you sometimes use fiction to just dress it.
Exactly, to make it exciting.
To make it much more exciting.
And then so I remember that when we had the song, there are three people that I play my songs to. So it's DJ and the Dusty, both my senior brother and you. So I remember that I sent the song to Andy Dusty and both, and then both of them said Enyede.
They both said the song wasn't good enough.
Andy Dusty said Enyede. I said why? Because
DJ
or say Enyede. So today, whenever he hears a song, he says he feels ashamed because he didn't listen to the song properly. And then my senior brother said Enyede because I put the horns. I had called Steve Beatty to come and put horns in the beginning of live horns. And he said I should take it away because the horns are too heavy on his ear. He wants something that is light because lately people have problems. They don't like too many live instrumentation. But I knew that with
a hit song has no method, does it?
Exactly. Plus, live instruments will give a song a much longer shelf life. So sometimes it's important for you to believe in what you've been believing in. So I just stuck to my
It is only
guns.
you that feel exactly what you feel.
Exactly. Nobody else. So I didn't mind them, and then I put the song out. I put the record out, and then it did the.
With fears, you put the record out.
Yes. No, I wasn't afraid. I got to that point where, it still happens to me. Whenever I record a song that I'm recording because I want it to hit, it doesn't hit. Because
The playful ones always.
songs that come from a special place that I like. I like. Whenever I put it out, I'm able to do more natural things that will aid the song to hit, or I can do interviews about the song because it's real. Those ones hit. So this is a perfect example. So this one also did its trick.
So what's your expectation then? When you put the song out and eventually people started talking about the song and it created a buzz and it started trending and people were loving it, was that what you were expecting or it came as a surprise to you?
Wow, I don't know, it's been like 8 years. I don't remember how I felt at that time. I remember it felt good, but at that time, I was the reigning artist of the year when I wrote the song. And at that time, the whole nation was paying attention to me. I had a big constituency for young, trendy, music target. So, and I had not done anything after Woso. So people were quite expectant of a new sound. And yes, it surprised me. I remember. It surprised because I remember that Woso was a hip-hop song. And at that moment, Sarkodie was coming with hip-hop from my back.
And you were switching.
With such speed that I needed to do something interesting that wasn't young. And so I was switching from a young boy to a man, to create a song that's a lot of
voice to men.
Exactly.
Kind of movement.
Exactly. So when it worked, it was like I ran the dance. I remember. It was a very dangerous thing to do, to veer off totally and go and play. I don't even know what today. I don't know whether it's a high life song, because I remember that I told Aka that I wanted the guitars to sound South African. I remember the guitars were South African. The choruses, I don't know what it was. It wasn't a high life song. It wasn't a funk song. It was nothing. I think it was
more like a big band.
Big band, exactly. So it was just something that I was throwing out there because I felt good about.
Beautiful. Now, every hit that, in a musician's life, you create a hit, it puts you on a different pedestal, new level, new things. And, well, coming from Okyeame to Kwame becoming a solo artist, and then you churning out Woso and this one topping it up. What else did it bring to the table that you were not used to? And you say that, okay, Faithful is the one that introduced me to that.
I got a lot of international recognition. I got a lot of awards from Nigeria. At that time, I won at the Africa Music Awards. I won the Best West African Act with Faithful over the Banj and all those boys at that time.
And I remember Channel O also nominating you.
Yes, I got a lot of international. I got a lot of plays on MTV Base with Faithful because the video was awesome.
Yeah,
I did a lot of.
Who directed that video?
Abraham Ohinijan. And there's another story to that video. So that video is my most inexpensive video. The video cost me 3,000 cedis. Yes.
But it did the magic.
It did it.
And the ones you spend...
The videos that I spent $12,000, no one sees them.
Jeez.
Yes, so this one is 3,000 cedis. I remember Abraham's office was not fully done, so he asked me to go and print a few things. And then he said that...
Put it on the wall?
We put it on the walls. He said that, we should rehearse. But the magic was that those boys who were dancing in the video, we rehearsed those dances for almost a month. So when it was time for us to do the performance,
who did the choreography?
It was two people. It was Kofi Antonio and Niatete Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, so Professor Niate's son, who used to be head of choreography at National Theatre. Now he's on his own.
A lot of work went into that.
Yes, so we did, and Kofi Antonio, they did amazing. The same people. On the back of that, we developed the Versatile Show. So coming back, so we used the same group, those the same people. They became my dancers. So on the back, they became my dancers, and we created a certain stage persona that was beautiful to watch. Young, affluent men in suits singing high life and dancing, and I got
And it had this vintage feel, almost like an old Disney movie sort of. Yeah.
And I got a lot of performances from it. I got a lot of international gigs. I think that I also got a lot of wedding performances. Every weekend I was booked for Faithful. Every single weekend I was booked because people love to dance to it. And the fact that it was such a very easy song, also the people that danced to it at the weddings shot them and put it on YouTube, which continuously extended my reach. You know, so Faithful did a lot for me. Ebesine, whenever I travel and they ask me to play my music or I'm to show my music video, Faithful is the one that I'm quick to show.
Because you know that's your safe place.
It's
it's been proven. You don't want any labila, no matter.
Show your video. Then I show it. And the question is, you said that this video was set in the 1950s. How come you are wearing Gucci? I said Gucci came out in 1949.
Not exactly that model, anyway.
Yes.
That type.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just gonna land this. Set you free right now, but the revenue side, I'm always interested in the revenue side. You create a big song and it brings in.
It does.
Is that what is taking care of Sam Santi right now, or did it pay at all?
It did. It took care of my education, because remember at that time I was getting ready to go to school. It took care of my education, took care of my wife's master's, Faithful. It gave us an amazing life. It built, maybe I've built 2 houses. Faithful did well for me. It also opened doors, because at that time it had shown me as such a gentleman, because the sharp suit in that thing. It is, and I think that it's also created the Okyeame Kwame persona that sits here right now. It's from that.
Kintitai.
Exactly. And then I remember that at that time, whenever I go to ministries or I'll go to CEOs, they listen to me more. And
they took you for a serious
Exactly.
artist.
I got endorsements from that. I got Coca-Cola brand icon. I was already MTN brand icon. They renewed my contract. I got UNICEF. I got World Bank. It did well. It did well.
You should have a lot of investment in men's clothes right now.
Yes, I do.
As Okyeame Kwame, you heard the story and you heard it right here. It's big hits. Every time we delve deep into the stories behind the hit songs that you love. Thanks to Alisa Hotel. You guys are amazing. Thanks for allowing us to record here. Alisa Hotels is the best. Choose whichever one of the locations that you like. 3 locations to choose from. And I know that you will love it. Kofi Akotua, I cannot thank you enough. You always make me shine on television. My name is Kofi Okyeame. Thanks for watching Big Hits. Till the next edition. Don't you forget, if you miss it on TV, you can always go on Incline TV, watch it, like it, subscribe to the channel. Don't be greedy. Share. Bye-bye.